Hi, thanks for coming by again to our
Hi.
video blog. Here with Evangeline Scott with Partners Mortgage.
Partners Mortgage.
Yeah, and so we're going to talk to you about kind of what's going on in the mortgage market and the mortgage industry right now. The kind of the changes that are coming in the next couple months, and then kind of a quick update on the market too, the real estate market. So
Yeah.
give us some insight on what's, you said there's some changes coming with the short sale qualification process.
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest change coming is with conventional loans. Currently, until this month, just within the next week, you could do a conventional loan with 20% down after 2 years from a short sale. And the guidelines are changing to where it's going to be a 4-year requirement now. So unfortunately for a lot of people, it's going to take them to where if somebody was comfortable with a payment at that 20% down and they now have to do an FHA loan with mortgage insurance, then they're either going to have to be forced to buy less of a house or be comfortable with more of a payment. That will also come into somewhat of a qualifying issue for some people as well, though, possibly.
Well, so what that's going to do is a lot of people that were excited about buying the $400,000 house that had a payment with the 20% down, now they're going to have to either wait for 2 years or buy a lesser house.
And so even with the way that FHA works, right, if you had a short sale with FHA and you had no lates and you met certain requirements, you could buy immediately. Then there's the 1-year program, which they call the back to work program, or the, some people call it a fresh start. And that's where if you had a decrease in your income of 20% for a minimum of 6 months, fully documented, which sometimes can be hard to do, right? We've had some people where they think they can, and then they were at maybe 17%.
It's really, really critical that it's exactly 20% too.
Right.
It's got to be like to the T.
And then you have your 3-year wait time with FHA, which is for short seller foreclosure. So you have your immediate, your 1 year, your 3-year. So now in that in between, you could do a conventional with the 2 years, 20% down. Well, now if somebody had a short sale, right, they're going to be stuck going the FHA and the 3-year period unless they wanted to wait that additional time frame for the 4-year period.
And a short sale and a foreclosure is the same, right?
No.
For that?
No, it is not. So it is for FHA. FHA, you have your 3-year time frame, short sale or foreclosure. It doesn't matter. With conventional, your standard time frames are now going to be 4 years for the short sale with 20% down, or 7 years with conventional.
And that's probably, seriously, probably 40%, or maybe even in some areas 50% of our buyers are in that range, in that situation. So that's going to be a big change. That's going to take a big bite out of our market, I'm afraid, in some areas.
Yeah.
So
I think the other 2 areas that we're seeing that out of the woodwork buyer or customer is the people that now I'm not as underwater. Now I kind of have a feel for what's happening in the industry. It's not as scary as it was 2 years ago, not knowing what's going on, and interest rates have been pretty stable overall, that they're now actually looking to buy. But with that, we have those domino effects of contingent buyers. So I want to sell my house, but I need my money from here to be able to do so. So I've done quite a few where we're either doing a first and a second mortgage so that they can go in and not have to be a contingent offer, or we're also looking at what if you were able to get a loan from your 401k and then you sell the home, and with the proceeds you pay that off again, so you're not having to be a contingent offer.
There's a lot more different ways to what's the different ways to skin a cat. Right, that it is. Yeah. There's a lot of different ideas that you've got that a lot of people don't even think of.
Yeah.
And because there's a lot of people that think that they have to wait because they don't want to move twice, and that's kind of true. You either, in some instances, people have to either be willing to move twice because there's such a shortage of inventory, or use one of those tools you're talking about.
Yeah. We're also seeing a spike in the folks that have bought within the last 2 years. They had mortgage insurance previously, whether it was FHA or conventional, and now we're going back in, and they don't necessarily want to move, but we're also really strategically looking at what are your numbers, what's your goal for the next 1, 2, and 5 years, and does it make sense for you to truly refinance to get rid of that mortgage insurance now, right? Which we can do. You don't have to have 20% equity to get rid of the mortgage insurance, so that's a myth. Or let's strategically look at it and say, if you had planned in the next 2 years to move anyways, rates are still lower, values are still lower, does it make sense for you to go ahead and take that leap now to make sure that you reach those long-term goals instead of waiting a couple of years and then interest rates spiked
having
up.
the risk
or,
of having
absolutely.
Because now you could at least see what that extra bedroom, with that extra square footage of that better neighborhood is going to cost you in payment.
Yes.
But in 2 years, I mean, you can't look out 2 years and nail that like you can right now.
And so you can absolutely call me and we can look over that strategic plan for you.
And the way this market is playing out is, it's almost like no news is good news. Everything is just so stable right now. The great houses in great locations that are in great condition are selling fast. But then the houses that aren't in good condition or are a little bit overpriced, it's like there's almost like there's two markets. There's the market that's selling, and then there's everything else. And which is just like any other real estate market, but it's just really compounded now, and it's more dramatic. The change and the difference, I guess, is because there's just less homes to choose from.
But that's where you come into play, right?
Right,
Forth?
that's exactly
so
right.
no different than me on the financial side offering up that strategic plan and review for you.
We can
With
sit
Forth
together.
and that other that he's
Right.
talking about are those people that are testing the market. It's what I've seen,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
They're going and going, well, if I could get this for my house, then I would sell it. And then you put yourself and your family through people stomping
All
through your
this-
house and everything
all
else
this turmoil,
versus
right.
sitting down with a professional and looking and
We go,
saying,
what is that
what's
market?
the goal,
What is, and
right?
what is actually selling?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, hey, get a hold of us if you have any questions. My name's Forth. You can email me at Hoyt, or actually it's Forth at thehoytgroup.com, or call me or text me at 916-316-3810. If you're looking at to buy a home, there's a button here. You can look at all the homes available in the MLS. If you're curious on what your home is sell for, there's another button here for the seller's valuation, real fast. It's so simple. And then to get a hold of you is how?
916-496-0160. Evangeline Scott with Partners Mortgage. 916-496-0160.
The mortgage rock star right here. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.